On After 8 this morning, we want to talk about Ipecac. It's a strange-sounding name for a commonly used antidote to poison. If a child swallows poison accidentally, Ipecac makes them throw up. It saves lives. But now in many other kinds of cases, Ipecac is widely abused by women with eating disorders, and that new evidence is unraveling the mystery behind the death of singer Karen Carpenter.
She talked to me about some of the things that she did do and some of the things that she didn't do to pursue her anorexic body. She could not make herself throw up, so she chose to use syrup of Ipecac, which I didn't know about at the time, or I might have tried it too, but it's highly dangerous. It deteriorates your internal organs, and I'm sure she didn't realize that, but part of the problem with any kind of obsessive, compulsive, or addictive behavior is you want your results and you're willing to pay whatever price you have to do to get them. But the problem with Ipecac is it stays in your system. And it not only does the damage, it continues to do damage. And so even if she had not been using the Ipecac by the time she got to California, the fact that she had all these other stressors going on in her body and in her heart, plus that, it couldn't have been a good combination. It obviously wasn't.
Stephen Levenkron treated Karen Carpenter for anorexia. He's a therapist who specializes in eating disorders. Mr. Levenkron, you saw her. Did you suspect Ipecac?
We don't believe there was Ipecac in New York. Karen was here for a year and left New York, we believed, in good health.
I don't know if the Ipecac was something that she mentioned it to me when we had our phone calls, and that was both before and during her treatment. So I know she was using it beforehand. It might have been something that she continued using or maybe upped the usage of when she returned to California.
Apparently what had happened, and I'm reconstructing this, is that after arriving in LA, she probably took this in the evening thinking it was a harmless thing to do, not to lose weight. She actually died at her hospital discharge weight, 108 pounds 90 days later. So the assumption is that she probably did this to prevent herself from gaining any more weight, thinking it was harmless.
Again, like I say, putting on the weight while it looks good to the people who think that anorexia is just about being too thin, it actually can be a little bit dangerous, because especially if you have not had a strong heart to begin with, the sudden gain of weight to a body that has been stressed out and thin and malnourished and not functioning under the best of circumstances can be a real strain on an already weakened heart. So it might have looked good to people, but it might have also been one of the contributing factors because she had not dealt with the root cause yet.
Let's talk about what it's intended for and clear up some things. How often is it used as a poison antidote?
Oh, it's used in the United States. It was reported that most recently about 150,000 times in a year, poison control centers recommended its use.
So it saves lives?
Oh, absolutely saves lives.
We have 2 million women suffering from eating disorders, bulimia and anorexia nervosa. Approximately 20 to 30,000 of them are going to that druggist every afternoon and buying a bottle. They will die within 2 years.
Well, shouldn't the druggists know that it's being abused? Don't they bear some responsibility?
Yes, you touch on a point that we're very concerned about, because it's generally available just on a counter. Anybody can walk into a pharmacy, or as you point out, a supermarket, and they can pick up a bottle, walk up to a clerk and check it out. Nobody knows the difference. We are strongly recommending in our organization that it be restricted to sale by pharmacists, which is different than by pharmacies.
After it started coming out that bulimics were using it, people started putting it behind the front, like they did with like epinephrine, stuff with epinephrine in it, and that people were making meth out of, out of the cough syrup or whatever. When it becomes known that people are abusing a product that has a perfectly healthy reason to be on the shelves, they tend to do something about it. But Karen was not an exerciser, and so here she was with a heart that was not being strengthened by working out, exercise, that kind of thing, under a lot of stress, and then you add to that stress with something like Ipecac that is eating up your organs from the inside. That's a recipe for disaster.